Is going on, you guys? Back again. Today is a good day. As you can see, we just installed the Haimus CSL box. Super pleased. Honestly, this box is great. Fitment was great. It was like OE, honestly. And this Haimus box has an IAT relocation, which actually puts it a little bit more towards the rear of the intake itself. And that's to help with like heat soak, I guess. The standard CSL boxes and a lot of the other reproductions have the IAT up at the like oil filter housing area behind the radiator, so there is a lot of hot air that gets trapped right there. So this is a good fix for that. I really like that. Otherwise, fit and finish, beautiful. I wouldn't think twice, like if you guys are considering grabbing one, to go with this route. But Carbonius, of course, Evolve, those are all great boxes. So again, this is a map conversion car. I did not do the Alpha N, which comes with the map sensor, basically, again, plugged right into the vacuum rail. It's like right there. And that's provided by Castle Motorsports. That's like a whole conversion kit that they do. Can't lie, I did take it down the street, you know, to give it the 1-2, make sure everything was okay, of course. And it sounded amazing. I think I have the clip. If I do, I'll throw it in there. But the other reason we are here today is one that I don't want to start, but the car really needs it. We're going to be ripping apart the rear end today to start the subframe reinforcements and rebuild, refresh, all of that, whatever you want to call it. We've just got to attack it. I do have all the parts finally for the rear end, and I really don't want to start it. It's just one of those kind of projects that, you know, once you start, you've got to finish, and there's so many different, it's just small things. It's not big, but it's just annoying. Like, you've got to do brake lines, which means then you've got to flush the brake system when you put it back together. E-brake cables. The exhaust has to come out of the way so you can get access to the drive shaft, so you can disconnect it from the diff. It's just a whole mess of things. So it shouldn't be too bad, but I mean, that's just saying that everything goes to plan. There's no broken bolts or anything. So let's just keep our fingers crossed, and I've got to get to it because fuck, we've got to get this started. Well, boys, let's get an F in the chat. This flex disc is AIDS, straight cracked out. All right, so we're pretty much here, halfway. All we've got to do is get that trailing arm off, get the shock undone here. You guys just saw me do it on the other side. And then just the 4 subframe bolts, honestly. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and she's coming down. All right, boys, we're pretty much about to drop this. Just gotta crack the subframe mounting bolts off, get the jack under the diff here, and then I'll back them off slowly and drop them with the jack. We got audio courtesy of the Tommy F. Yeah and Run Nick live stream. If you guys don't watch them, you're fucking up. That's fairly simple, actually. Not bad? No, not bad at all of them.
Soon, this month, for Halloween.
Not bad. Alright, let's get the jack under here, and then basically gonna have to section it off really quickly. That out of here. Let's drop this bad boy. Let's take a look for some cracks.
If you don't do
Alright boys, she's going down.
manual 50-50, you do a kickflip. I know, that's why you can't do it. You have to call it.
It's raining outside, but we're gonna need the space.
No, you didn't say that. Well, you decide.
Oh shit. Good now.
No, that was
Fucking springs. Oh, the 30's ruined. No. It's all dirty. Go wash the cars.
We got two more. How much we're ready to take a shot at the leg?
Stuck on the drive shaft. Oh, motherfuckers. Yep. Look at that. Oh, she's blowing out there. Alright, I'm gonna have to close the door. Oh, the knees.
I don't know if we're gonna do that.
New garages should really have a down button and an up button. Oh my gosh. Dude, oh, did I not? Okay, so first of all, you need to take these guys out.
That's legit.
Oh, I hate fucking diff bolts and diff grease.
Instead of all these goddamn donations.
Should have put those on a fucking towel. Oh, look at that. Some fucking asshole juice.
They just booty cheeks, man.
I know, I'm telling you. No,
What?
yeah, no, you did it right. Okay, go down slow.
Hello?
Yeah,
No, 3. Put in the comments if you should do it on the
super slow.
Don't fucking make a mess.
Oh,
It's okay.
babe,
It's okay.
that could have fucking hit your head.
No, it literally, the geometry wouldn't have allowed it.
So good. So
30, 60, 90.
Who's calling?
Okay, slow, slow, slow. Really super slow, yeah.
I'm gonna call him.
Is it going?
I don't think so. Yeah, it is slow. Alright guys, as you can see, we just got the subframe down. It wasn't too bad. A couple things held me up, like the e-brake cables. I needed Jess's help actually with the jack to get it down properly because it kept getting hung up on the two studs, the forward stud mounts. But otherwise, we're about to wash it here. It's super filthy if we look at it. I mean, really, really bad. I mean, most of the subframes have never been out over the last 20 years or so, but this one definitely, I don't think has had any work done on the rear end. I'm gonna quickly just spray it down as you see me got set up here. As I'm gonna be working on it, I don't wanna be working on this dirty piece of junk basically. But I'm gonna give it a quick spray down and then we're gonna take a look under the M3, check the subframe for cracks. Well, as you can see, we just sprayed it down. It's much nicer now. Much nicer now. But unfortunately, it did pick up raining quite a bit. So I'm gonna have to wrap it up and get this back in the garage ASAP. But it's gonna be much nicer to work on now that there's not 20 years of crud all over it. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and just jump under the M3 that I'm properly doinked up and check out those subframe mounting points. Wish me luck, guys. All right, so guess we'll just start at this rear one. This one does not look too bad, actually. I don't see any visible cracking. Might be some here. Let's go to number 2 on the rear. This is driver's side. I think this is one here. It looks pretty big. I mean, I knew there was going to be some. That one, that might be. No, that was dirt. I mean, usually there's some hairline cracking right around here, so I mean, relative to what I've seen, this is actually pretty good. I didn't see any splitting at the actual, what is it, the seam here of the fender well. That's a big one. Let's go up to the front. Let's see if I can pull this light in a little bit. So front passenger, yeah, I think there's some cracking right there. I think it goes up. Looks like it goes up and around to right here. This way. I hope the angle is okay for you guys. I'm literally upside down under the M3, so yeah, that's definitely one there. That's definitely one there. That's a bummer. So passenger side front, driver side rear, and then let's see, driver side rear. Oh no, that was dirt. I don't know. I'm gonna have to clean it. Honestly, it's hard to tell. I've got to clean it. I've got to get the stud out, and I've got to get into the trunk and look at the top side, make sure that's all good as well. So yeah, so I mean, 2 out of 4 cracking. That's kind of relatively appropriate for what I've seen. It's kind of a bitch. I mean, honestly, if you think about what kind of status these cars have, and they just have issues like this, it's a little bit upsetting, but it is what it is. Definitely get your subframe done. Don't be a schmuck. Don't be a chotch and just think your subframe's not affected. Even if you've had it visually inspected, if you were to visually inspect this without dropping the subframe, you wouldn't have seen this one and this one. So don't be that guy.
Okay? You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay? Okay? Are you? Absolutely.
Hey, can I ask you to do something?
Of course.
Put it in me.